All right, guys, the NBA Daily is highlighting a good one tonight. We've got San Antonio, we've got Oklahoma City Thunder, the Spurs and the Thunder going at it in the Western Conference Finals, the first game of that series. Taking place, of course, in Oklahoma City. The first game features two of the best teams. This is one of the better matchups of all time in the playoffs with the records of both these teams. You don't see 60-win teams coming together very often. It's happened, I think, 7 or 8 times in history. But I'm not going to get too deep into it because there's a great article by Zach Cram on ESPN. Probably find it on their homepage up until this is released, or maybe even up until after tip time. It's highlighting the entire series, how it's going to shake out. We all know the Thunder were vanquished pretty much in the regular season. The Spurs taking 4 out of 5, just dominating them, keeping them offensively into poor numbers. They would have ranked 29th in offensive efficiency with their numbers against the Spurs. And of course, that's thanks to the man that we highlighted on our Instagram post, the guy who's the key to this series for San Antonio. But there's going to be a lot of keys. As we saw, Stephon Castle was a key. We saw De'Aaron Fox provide a spark in a game. We saw a bunch of other players do it. So we know the Spurs have a lot of weapons. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama he's the unanimous defensive player of the year. Obviously very good. Not going to overstate it. He's very good, but he's going to be a big factor on kind of how it plays, and then also against Chet. He kind of kept Chet in check, and Holmgren, of course, throughout the regular season. But as the Spurs are kind of saying, they're not taking the regular. I think Stephon Castle said in an interview on SportsCenter Scott Van Pelt. He said the regular season doesn't mean anything. That we're in the playoffs. It's a different animal. And of course, we all know the Thunder have the experience. They're young. They're both young. The oldest starter for any of these teams is 28, De'Aaron Fox, barring any injuries and anything crazy happening. But yeah, De'Aaron Fox, 28, oldest guy on the court to start this game. Wild. They're both young. They're both good, both ways, offensively and defensively. So it's going to be a fantastic series. Of course, I think Jalen Williams he was cleared for activity today, so I think he's back. We'll see what he looks like. We'll see how much he plays, and we have to see how Dagnall changes the rotations, what he does, because A.J. Mitchell was huge for these guys in the last series for the Thunder, and we'll have to see how Williams reintegrates. Of course, they have 2 Williams, which makes it a little complicated. But this is, I believe it's J-Dub, but I could be wrong. I'm not good with nicknames. I'm okay with nicknames, but J-Dub and J-Will. I think it's J-Dub, but yeah, I don't know. I'll just call him Jalen Williams. They're both talented, but Jalen Williams, the guy that basically was the second best player on this team throughout the season. Basically, just him or Chet behind SGA. Not to say there aren't a lot of other good players on this team. There are, but yeah. We know that Luguentz Dort has regressed this year from 3. We'll see if he can kind of get back to form that he had over the past couple of years. He was not good his rookie year, but he really picked it up after that. If he can do that, it'll change the whole series. I'm not saying he's the X factor. I'm just saying if he can do that, they won't be able to sag off him as much as the Spurs won't. And it'll cause much different rotations and changes in defense for the Spurs. But we'll see. I don't have a prediction. I mean, I think the prediction is the Thunder, and I think that's pretty common. But both these teams are really good, and these will be the teams playing each other, likely in the Western Conference Finals in the NBA for the next 5 to 7 years, maybe longer. But yeah, it's gonna be a great one. Hopefully, hope you guys enjoy it. Hope I get this up around 8, maybe 8:15, just before tip. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this before tip. But yeah, we'll get back at you either with a video or a post after the game with some thoughts. Just wanted to say, it's going to be a great one. I know you know that. Everyone knows that. And as a lot of people are saying, this is one they've been looking forward to. I don't know if that's the case, because as Scott said, these are 2 teams that kind of play basketball the right way in terms of just kind of fundamentals and just being really good and being good offense and being good defense. But, SGA, he's kind of that guy who's driving in the lane. He'll shoot threes, he'll shoot mid-range, but generally he's driving down the lane, trying to draw contact. But both these teams, very good teams. We know this. And we do think that the Eastern Conference Finals could be good as well. At least I do. We'll preview that down the line when that gets closer. And we'll see if we can get someone to discuss that with a New York perspective. Maybe Andrew, maybe Johnny Jobu. We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to say, I look forward to this one tonight. Hope you guys are watching, whatever you're doing. Enjoy your evening. Wanted to mention, not NBA, but Sabres, Canadiens. Tonight, probably before I get this out, they are kicking it off on the ice. Sabres at home. Game 7 in the semis of the Eastern Conference. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, Buffalo's got the slight edge. We'll see if that holds true. But yeah, just in terms of how Vegas sees, it's very slight edge if you're looking at Vegas's numbers. But we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a close one according to the odds makers. Who knows? You never know. And hockey has a lot of variance. It has a lot of luck. And I'm not trying to disparage hockey, but just a lot happens. There's a lot of shots on goal. Bounce here, bounce there, play here, play there. It changes the whole game. It's low scoring. There's a lot of shots on goal. So a lot can happen. And you get a hot goaltender. And I think Hill mentioned this he maybe mentioned this on one of the podcasts he did. I believe. I don't know. He maybe just mentioned this to me in passing, but that's a key point in the playoffs. So if either Montreal or Buffalo gets great goaltending tonight, it's gonna, not saying anything not obvious. It's gonna determine the course of the game. I did see a gentleman on the Pat McAfee show today, ex-Colorado Avalanche, Eric Johnson. So he believes Montreal will get a power play goal in this game. It says it's been very effective. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. And if that's the case, possibly Buffalo is on their heels early or at some point. Who knows? But this should be another good one. We got 2 good ones tonight. I'm looking forward to this. Excited that we got both these games tonight. I'll be watching a little bit of both. I'll be focusing on San Antonio, Oklahoma City, but I will be flipping on Buffalo and Montreal, the Canadiens and the Sabres. So keep tuned here to With Sports Rob. Check out our socials, which you can do at With Sports Rob on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Find us on YouTube and find our page at withrobsports.studio. You can also email me at witsportsrob.studio. Let me do that again. That was very poorly done. That's not very well done. info@witsportsrob.studio. You can email me there if you have any suggestions, want to come on and discuss anything, have any thoughts, I'll get back to you. We'll discuss. If you want to come on, we'd love to have you. We'd love to have more people discuss sports. Maybe someone on a podcast down the line, a full-length episode, which was put out last night, the one featuring Adam Shell. There's a little Devils discussion in there, so some hockey. Not a lot of basketball, but a lot on baseball, which we are in the thick of. A little bit early, but moving towards the thick of it. I guess we got the dog days coming up, but we're getting into it, and the Mets are looking good. We'll see what happens tonight, and hopefully you guys get to watch. Again, stay tuned to With Sports Rob for all the information on all the sports. We'll see you soon.